Today we're going to talk about gas prices because this has been on my mind a lot lately. You know, every once in a while people get up in arms enough to talk to their congressman and demand an investigation into possible price fixing when it comes to gas. And of course the ever dutiful Congressional Budget Office looks into it and they determine, lo and behold, no price fixing at all. Supply of gas. Happy New Year, Pakistan. Benazir Bhutto assassinated. Al-Qaeda blamed. Immediately afterwards, strikes me as very similar to the JFK assassination, which the newspapers reported the very next day, the official government story. Though not Marxist, fires 3 shots and kills the president from the 6th floor of the school book depository. I predict that the assassination of Benazir Bhutto will be Pakistan's equivalent of the Bobby Kennedy assassination here. In this of what I've already said on some of these topics in the past. With Edwards dropping out of the Democratic race, and him being by far the most progressive of the 3 remaining candidates, that leaves us with a choice between huckster number 1 and huckster number 2, that being Obama and Clinton. And while Obama does like to chant on about change and change being necessary, which I'm entirely in agreement with, I don't really see much in his politics, in his programs, or his ideas that represents much of a change. So Clinton's candidacy is no longer in the tank thanks to wins in Rhode Island, Ohio, and Texas. It makes me wonder about the entire campaign as it is, because in the very beginning I think it was more or less a done deal that Clinton would be the nominee for the Democrats, and then Obama made his appearance and suddenly things changed dramatically. Yearhead President of the United States, tax day, April 15th, 2008. I'm sure everybody is very pleased that it's tax day, and I'm sure they're even more pleased that we have not yet worked long enough this year to pay the taxes that we owe for next year. So keep on plugging for those of you who still have a job anyway, those who have not lost out to the free trade cycle. There is some sentiment in Congress that a lot of people in this country are fucking fed up with the goddamn free trade agreement. Number 50. The Pentagon has been outed as having a homegrown propaganda program in which they have enlisted ex-military officials to insinuate themselves into the mainstream media in order to paint a rosy picture of progress in Iraq in order to sway public opinion. So now we are the fucking enemy because they are using propaganda against us. This should be a major news story, and this should be something that is talked about on the talk shows for a long time to come. But is it? No. Will it be? No. Because nobody gives a flying fuck, even though it should be a major fucking... Look how he uses that spanner to turn that nut. Conspiracies are nonsense. Oswald killed JFK all by himself. Sirhan killed RFK all by himself, and 9/11 has been completely and totally explained by the United States government. Conspiracies are bunk, but we know this is not true. Anybody who studied the JFK assassination could find 5,000 holes in the original theory of that case that Oswald acted alone. Same goes for Sirhan and the RFK assassination. The possibility of mind control, another so-called conspiracy. View News today has been filled with the glories and wonders of Sarah Palin and Mick Manchurian candidate's choice of her as his running mate for president. I think that this is a major, major blow to Barack Hussein Obama. And whoever it is that's behind McCain's candidacy certainly made a tremendous choice. One certainly that people are already pointing out is somewhat dangerous, but one that is bold and extremely cunning and crafty. And I'm sure that Obama is ready to pull his hair out, even as we speak.
The vaunted Wall Street bailout has failed to pass in the House of Representatives. And of course today has been filled with a tremendous amount of theater. As I have talked to you in the last video I put forward, where supposed final bill had been negotiated, yet to be voted on, but it looked like it was going to be a done deal. I talked to you a little bit about theater and about what is happening in Washington, D.C. and how this is all just theater being played out like a play before the American public. Operation Vigilant Shield is going on even as we speak, and this of course has Northcom and the military being used for domestic purposes in the name of Homeland Security, and this will comprise a series of exercises that the military is very reticent about discussing. I need not point out that this is in direct contravention to the Posse Comitatus and other laws which have been designed to protect the Republic against a takeover by military forces, which is a great idea and one that should be embraced still. But here we have again, in the name of so-called Homeland Security, we have the military being used in a civilian capacity. I'm going to limit myself to one topic this evening because it seems to be one that is very keen to everyone, and that is war in Gaza. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the war raging in the Gaza Strip, with Israel attacking massively with airstrikes and poised to send in ground troops. I want to talk more broadly about the Palestinian-Israeli conflict and how it is usually misrepresented in the news media in this country and probably throughout the world. There are a lot of people, I'm sure, who have the belief that Israel should not even exist. I wanted to make a few other comments also, and that is in regards to what's going on with AIG, the bailouts, the bonuses, and Dodd and Obama, and all of the fucking shit that has come down the pike with this stimulus bill that was passed. First of all, I want to say that I continue to hear an incredible amount of support for Obama, despite all of the negative actions that have taken place with him regarding the stimulus bill, regarding the bonuses, regarding his inability to speak without a teleprompter, impromptu speaking on his part just is garbled and incoherent. And his part in all of the bailout packages, I'm talking about Obama here, his part in seeing that things were passed that people are crying foul about right now is still overlooked by his adamant supporters, you know. It almost makes me nostalgic for the previous administration.